Hey everybody, welcome back to Horton's Flower Farm. So my seedlings have been in the ground for over 2 weeks, and this is the update video on how they're doing. Some things are doing great, some things are not doing great. I'm going to talk about why I think that is and what my plan is. So let's look at the seedlings and see how they're doing. Okay, so the first row were the zinnias. And if you look closely at the zinnias, you can see that this was from the black spot they have. So the new growth is looking good, and that's pretty much across the board here. It looks pretty darn bad on the bottom, but the new growth looks pretty good. So that's kind of what happened here. These were the smaller ones. These were the Oklahomas. When we move down here, you'll see this is also true with the Binary Giants. So you can see the new growth is looking great, and the bottom growth was not, but as long as the new growth is looking good, the stem is sturdy on this, so this will be okay. Okay, so when we get down here on the first row, I had direct seeded in zinnias, and none of them came up. So I'm not sure what happened here. And actually this was a helper who direct seeded, so my thought is she might have put them in too deep, but I'm not sure why that would be. I would still think they would come up, but I just direct seeded in some more, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so the second row is the ageratum, and wow, look at how amazing they're looking. I mean, this is already putting on flowers. So the ageratum was from 2 different growers. My local one, it was more mature, so she's already putting on buds, which is awesome. But the ageratum, even last year, the ageratum does awesome. And these are the smaller ones, doing perfectly fine. They're just a bit smaller, which is great. So ageratum is doing good. Okay, so the third row was the Crumay Celosia, and you can see they're doing perfectly fine. They really don't have any brown spots on them, so they're okay. Some of them are actually budding up, so that's good. I'll probably be pinching those because that's way too soon for them to be budding up. So it's looking good here. Come to the next row. The Celosia, the plume variety, is looking great. And this is what I want to see. Look at this, guys. Tons of branching already. I didn't even pinch this one yet. I will be pinching just like this. I'm going to be pinching it so the bottom shoots can concentrate, but the whole row is looking fabulous. Okay, and the other side of the row was the flamingo feathers, and they're looking pretty good too. And this was more Celosia. I forget which variety this is, but it's looking great too. It's already putting on flowers, so that I'm going to have to pinch back. Over here is the Rudbeckia that overwintered and perennialized. Are looking really great. Some of them actually are putting on flowers soon, which is way too early again, but that's what happens with the Rudbeckia. They start to flower the middle to end of June, and then I have to wait for another flush. Okay, so let's take a look at the Gomphrena. The Gomphrena always has a rough start, and again this year they had a rough start, but they're looking okay. That one looks pretty good. Yeah, some of them are like really died back, but they're still kind of trying to fight through it, so they're doing okay. This variety is doing better, so that might have been a different variety that struggled a little bit. It might have been the Carmine. I think the Carmine seemed to struggle, yeah, because this one is the so it's already put on a bed. This is the I think the cream, raspberry cream, so that might just be the variety that struggles a little bit more. Okay, so on to the marigold row. So the marigold row, I'm going to show you some of them were in mature plants, and I had a lot of direct seeds. And again, I had a little bit of problem with the direct seed on here. Not as bad as the zinnias, but let's take a look. Okay, so you can see they're going really well. These are the marigolds, and they're looking good. And when we get to about here, they were direct seeded. So let's look closely because it doesn't look like there's anything happening on here. Let's see. That's a weed. So nothing came up right here, which I'll have to plant back in. That one maybe did. No, that one was, no, not that one. Let's see. All right, so over here, you can see a lot came in over here. So there's little ones you can see coming up here. There's some there. I don't know, maybe my direct seeders missed that whole patch right there because these kind of look okay. They're coming up. Sometimes it happens, like they get confused where they were because these look pretty good. So I'll just be direct seeding more into these spots. Okay, so if you can find my verbena against the weeds here, that's good for you guys because it's looking pretty darn weedy here. I'm having somebody come weed, but I mean, look, they're putting on flowers already, so it's gonna be beautiful. So they're getting big even with the weeds. I'm gonna look at this. This is so bad, right? You guys are probably like, what are you doing, Claudette? Yeah, somebody is coming to help me this week to get rid of this, and that'll probably be priority number one. All right, so the other half of the banner row are zinnias, and these are looking really good, looking really tall, right? And then my next row, more zinnias, same thing, looking great. And then down here, these were the, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of them, so maybe I'll write it. But look, they're already putting on little tiny buds. These are lemon, I forget, but I'll write it. And then that's that. So the next row are the cosmos. Cosmos are looking great, really good. And I have my first flower on my cosmos. So let's go look at it, because I always like to say, my little overachiever, there she is. Oh, hi, my overachieving Cosmo. You are just beautiful. So that's my first one, and they extend all the way down to the end, the Cosmos. So okay, so when we get down here, this was the goldenrod, and it's looking great. It was strong when it came in. It's looking strong. It actually doesn't look like it put on a lot of growth in 2 weeks at all, but it's looking okay. So that's that. Okay, whew, that was a lot of updates. It was a lot of talking. So you see the rows are going good. So there were 2 sections where I had to direct seed in. Well, I have to direct seed more marigolds. I have to direct seed more zinnias. And there was one more section where they didn't pop up all the way, and I have to do that. I also, there's so much stuff to do. You think you're done, but you're never done. So back this way was the 2 rows of sunflowers, to which I told you I lost all my sunflowers, my seeds, because we're moving, and I must have packed up everything. I had to reorder probably a $50 order of sunflowers. They came in the mail, but nothing is tilled here. I had planted the perennial sunflowers back there. I'll just show you, they're doing okay. They don't look like they put on like any growth either. So we're gonna have to wait to see how those go. But hey, at least they're still alive. Again, there's a lot of grass growing back here, so I'm going to show you what they look like, and we'll see. Okay, so these were the perennial sunflowers. So this, if you can see, this is them amongst the weeds right here. And they're in here, you know, it's kind of like, where's Waldo? There it is, and it's over here, you know, sporadically amongst the weeds, right? Look at this, great. Okay, so you can see that there's a ton of weeding to do on the farm, and it just gets worse. It gets so bad in the next 4 weeks, if you don't keep up with it, it's gonna just take away from your flowers. And I learned that the first and second year that I didn't weed. Last year I paid to have it professionally weeded, everything, first week of July, and it was magnificent. But this year, I am going to try and keep up with it and have somebody here constantly weeding, so there's not that huge weeding session, and we'll see how it goes. So I have the cottage garden. Last year, the cottage garden, we're gonna go down there, I'm gonna show you right now. The cottage garden did not have weeds in it because it was brand new, it was fresh. The dirt had just been put in, and this year, second year, lots of weeds, lots and lots. So I want to show you how bad that is. You can't even see the dahlias that I planted in. It's like another where's flower Waldo. So let's go see if you can find flowers amongst my weeds in the cottage garden. So I just also want to show you that my gardener didn't come here and cut the grass. I don't know what's going on with that, but we need to figure that out, because we're not going to be here for a couple weeks in June, and it's going to get out of control. Okay, so we are in the cottage garden. There are no arches yet. There will be soon, and I'll talk about that in a different video. So here we go. Look, well, this is not a weed. This is the rudbeckia. Look at how gorgeous from 1 year, how big the rudbeckia is. It's crazy, and it reseeded itself. So yeah, there's weeds there. There's weeds. Can you find the flowers? You got to look hard, guys. So yeah, there's as many weeds as there is flowers right now, which is not good. So we're gonna have to take out, like, you know, everything here, like these and this, and it's gonna be, you know, we got to clear it all out. But that's yeah, look how tall this grass is. Come on. All right, so I mean, you can see the flowers obviously, but it's not like, you know, the perfect beds that we're looking to have here. Look at all that yuck. Yeah, look, more. So basically you can see, oh, let me take you to the dahlias, because this is Let's see if you can find them. They're in there somewhere. Can you find dahlias, guys? I'm gonna give you a second here. I don't even see them. Let's see. Oh, I see one there. I see one there. But it's like, you know, there's all these grasses. We get all these crazy grasses that just, once you pull these out, you'll be able to see, you know, you'll be able to see it better. So that's what's gonna have to be done here, is just pulling grass. And these are my main dahlia, let's see, beds. How are we doing here? Where are they? This is crazy because I put them, look at this. Where are my dahlias? This is like, all right, there's one and two. They're very slow to grow. They like it when it heats up, but I better get this under. Okay, so I'm going to show you this patch of weeds right now, because this patch of weeds is going to turn into something very special. All right, so this patch of weeds is going to turn into a very special patch. Two things are going to happen over here. The first thing is, I had a very good friend who passed away. So this patch will be her sunflower patch with the seeds that I bought from Sunflower Steve. And I told her that I would have a patch for her, so this is gonna be hers. So it's a little bit emotional. So Renee, this is for you. This is your garden. So I just have to cut away for a second because it's a little bit emotional. And I also want to mention this, her sunflower patch is also going to be some zinnias from Florette that I got, precious metals. So it's going to be a really special area. Right now I have to do a lot of weeding before it comes to its full beautiful blooms. But yeah, that's going to be a very special patch, and I'm excited for it. Okay guys, so a little bit emotional today. You know, it's special, you know, to be able to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the update of the farm. Flowers are special, and obviously they bring joy to so many people. And, you know, you have to cherish all the things that you have and the people you have in your life. And I'll see you guys on the next video.